Hi there, this is Emily with the ITONICS Academy, and I'll be presenting this course about the essentials of technology management. This course is designed to equip you with the essential knowledge and skills needed to navigate the complex world of technology management successfully. Over the next 5 sessions, you can expect to find answers to 5 key questions, starting with, what is the strategic importance of technology management? Particularly in the context of research and development teams, how does technology management drive innovation, enhance productivity, and ultimately contribute to organizational success? In the subsequent sessions 2 through 5, we will unpack the practical aspects of technology management, including how to scout for new technologies and partnerships, how to evaluate new tech and tech partnerships, how to report on technology insights and secure buy-in. And finally, in the 5th session, we will discuss how to effectively implement your technology portfolio. Each session is also accompanied by supporting material for you to reinforce your understanding and application of the concepts discussed, including blog articles, use cases, and downloadable templates. The course is tailored for technology managers, R&D teams, project managers, and innovation leaders. Technology Management Essentials will equip you with the necessary knowledge, skills, and tools to shape and accelerate effective technology strategies to drive growth in your organization. Let's dive in. So, why technology management? What is its strategic importance, its role and purpose in an organization? To answer these questions, let's start with a definition. Technology management refers to the systematic planning, implementation, and optimization of technological resources, initiatives, and partners to drive innovation and achieve strategic objectives. It involves overseeing the entire life cycle of technology-related projects and activities from idea generation to concept development to commercialization and beyond. Therefore, technology management plays a pivotal role in driving R&D and innovation excellence, enabling organizations to remain competitive, agile, and resilient in today's dynamic business environment. Here, we will discuss 6 key benefits of technology management. Systematic tech management, embedded within your organization's end-to-end innovation process, serves to drive innovation, of course, maximize intellectual property, accelerate time to market, enhance competitiveness, manage risk and uncertainty, and finally, it helps ensure your innovation and R&D efforts align with your strategic objectives. Let's unpack each of these using some best practice examples from innovation leaders. So, firstly, how does tech management drive innovation and maximize the value of your intellectual property or IP assets? A great example of tech management in action comes from Schenker, a global leader in logistics and supply chain management. By bringing all of its technology intelligence together in one central platform, Schenker has streamlined the process of identifying, evaluating, and implementing technological solutions across its operations. Schenker drives technology innovation through multiple channels. One being its Startup Terminal, which is an open innovation gateway where tech startups can submit proposals for new technologies. Another way is by actively scouting for tech partnerships using a startup and venture capital data integration in its innovation platform. Schenker also identifies early-stage tech solutions to drive innovation through the systematic analysis of its external environment, including what's happening with industry trends and what pain points are encountered along its end-to-end logistics value chain. This way, it ensures that identified technology solutions are practical, value-driven, and aligned with market needs. However, before diving headlong into new innovations, the team looks at its technology portfolio to determine whether there are existing solutions that can be adapted or partnerships that can be leveraged to address the identified pain points. By having a centralized and transparent technology portfolio, Schenker can leverage its existing proprietary technologies and strategic partnerships, capitalizing on past innovations and investments. This is how systematic tech management especially when embedded within an end-to-end innovation process, drives innovation while maximizing the return on investment of IP assets. In our second example, we look at how technology management serves as a catalyst for enhancing competitiveness and accelerating time to market. For this, Cordell Hardy, the Senior Vice President of Corporate R&D Operations at 3M, shared some valuable insights as a guest on our Innovation Rockstars podcast. Cordell discusses 3M's global organizational structure, where business groups hold end-to-end responsibility for functions, including R&D. This setup enables 3M to leverage technology management across multiple regions, swiftly adapting to changing consumer demands and speeding up product launches. 3M emphasizes alignment with key market trends such as sustainability, personalization, and healthcare outcomes. By staying ahead of these trends through effective technology management, 3M can offer innovative solutions that meet evolving customer needs faster than competitors. Additionally, the company aims to balance short-term operational discipline with longer-term innovation management. This balance ensures that 3M can invest in unseen opportunities, even if outcomes may take years to materialize. By proactively investing in R&D and innovation, 3M maintains its position as an industry leader, enhancing competitiveness and expediting time to market for new products and solutions. Overall, Cordell's insights highlight how strategic technology management drives innovation. It's how 3M aligns with market trends, balancing short-term goals with long-term growth objectives to fuel competitiveness and accelerate time to market. Lastly, let's look at an example of how technology management can mitigate risk and uncertainty and ensure alignment with strategic objectives. In our Innovation Rockstars podcast, we sat down with Benedict Hoyer, an Innovation Strategy Manager at WS Audiology, which is a leading provider of hearing aid solutions. He explains how the company faces the challenge of managing long development cycles, particularly when it comes to the creation of hearing aid chips. These cycles can span 5 to 7 years. To address this challenge, WS Audiology's innovation team adopts a strategic approach to technology management. Firstly, the team continuously monitors trends and technologies, conducting thorough assessments to identify potential risks and opportunities. By staying abreast of industry developments, they can proactively address emerging challenges and capitalize on new advancements. Secondly, WS Audiology aligns its technology initiatives with strategic objectives by focusing on incremental and radical projects that contribute to long-term growth and market leadership. Approximately 80% of resources are allocated to incremental innovation projects, ensuring continuous product improvements to meet evolving customer needs. Simultaneously, 20% of its resources are directed towards radical projects, targeting future-oriented innovations with lower technology and market readiness levels. This balanced approach enables WS Audiology to manage risk effectively while pursuing strategic innovation initiatives that drive competitive advantage. By adopting such a structured approach to technology management, WS Audiology minimizes the likelihood of project failures, optimizes the return on investment in R&D initiatives, and maintains alignment with strategic objectives. Ultimately, this ensures sustained growth and success for WS Audiology in the dynamic healthcare market. So that's it for Session 1, exploring the strategic importance of technology management through the lens of innovation and R&D. Stay tuned for more insightful sessions where we'll dive further into the practical aspects and best practices of technology management. Hi, and welcome back to this course on Technology Management Essentials. In the first session, we clarified why companies engage in systematic technology management. In this second session, we'll get into some of the how-to of technology management, namely how to scout for new technologies and potential tech partnerships. The aim of this session is to impart effective strategies for identifying technology solutions or solution providers. This means you could be looking for emerging technologies that you'll go on to adopt or develop in-house. Or you could be looking for tech startups or partners who can bring their existing solutions and expertise to the table. It may sound obvious, but this step starts with defining clear objectives and key focus areas for your scouting efforts. What we often see is that scouting teams are hunting for hidden gems in the technology landscape. This is the allure of discovering the unknown unknowns that are not even on their or their competitors' tech and startup radars. However, this pursuit can lead to casting the scouting net too wide, resulting in information overload and an inability to distinguish between meaningful signals and irrelevant noise. This challenge underscores the importance of setting clear objectives with a defined scope for scouting activities. By establishing specific goals and parameters, scouting teams can refine their focus, directing efforts and resources more optimally towards areas that align with organizational priorities and strategic objectives. So, you may know the common framework of SMART goals, where SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This is a useful framework for establishing general innovation goals. But when it comes to scouting for emerging technologies and tech partnerships, consider tech objectives. In this case, tech refers to targeted, meaning that your scouting efforts are aligned with your strategic priorities, that your scope is set on key topics of interest or focus fields. Also, it's important that you're scouting for technologies that address real pain points or needs of your target audience, whether that's your customers or internal stakeholders. Next, evolving. Recognize that technology landscapes are dynamic and constantly evolving. Technology advances quickly, often faster than organizations and culture, and therefore you should frequently reassess and adapt your scouting objectives to keep up with the evolving environment. Collaborative. This is one way to expand your scope without losing focus. By leveraging the collective intelligence of cross-functional teams, subject matter experts, and external partners, you can uncover a greater range and depth of technology insights. And finally, holistic. Take a holistic approach to setting scouting objectives, considering not only the technological aspects, but also the broader implications of your organization's strategy, operations, and stakeholders. You want to look at emerging technologies within the context of the broader ecosystem, which could include ethical or social dimensions, regulations, or market dynamics. Let's consider an example from Toyota. Toyota has quite a broad aim to identify and harness emerging technologies that can enhance the safety, efficiency, and sustainability of its automotive vehicles and manufacturing processes. However, its scouting efforts remain targeted in terms of scope, focusing on specific areas aligned with its core objectives and industry trends, such as electric vehicle technology, autonomous driving systems, supply chain innovation, connected car solutions, and sustainable materials for manufacturing. And as the automotive landscape continuously evolves, Toyota stays agile in its technology scouting objectives. For example, if there's a shift towards mobility as a service models, the company may prioritize technologies related to ride-sharing platforms, fleet management systems, and mobility data analytics. Toyota also collaborates with industry partners, academic institutions, government agencies, and startups to explore emerging technologies and their applications. It especially emphasizes a collaborative approach in the sustainable mobility space, where advancing technology can help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. In fact, Toyota runs one of the largest collaborative research programs by an automotive company in the world. The program includes 21 leading academic institutions in the US and has funded $100 million of technology research since its inception in 2016. Finally, when it comes to new tech, Toyota doesn't just look at the technology in isolation. It considers the holistic landscape of what's driving, impeding, or changing the advancement and/or adoption of a technology in the market. And conversely, what could the technology itself drive, impede, or change? For instance, in the case of autonomous driving technologies, Toyota looks at this through the lenses of regulatory compliance, public acceptance, and societal implications like job displacement. Addressing a more holistic set of factors is where Toyota's collaborations are beneficial for understanding the broader impacts of new technology. This involves collaborative research with academia and industry partners, policy advocacy, and community outreach. By applying tech principles to its scouting activities, Toyota ensures that it identifies technologies strategically, enabling the development of innovative automotive solutions that address the evolving needs of customers and society. So once you've got a clear focus for your scouting efforts, the next obvious question is, where do you actually scout for technologies and tech startups or partners? You should use a variety of sources to ensure comprehensive coverage and a well-rounded understanding of the technology landscape. Possible sources of technology insights are patent databases, scientific publications, news articles, industry conferences and events, startup and investment data from sites like Traxon and Crunchbase, and open innovation platforms through which external tech partners and startups can share technology insights and ideas. This list is not exhaustive, and there are many other sources you could use in technology scouting. Each has its advantages and disadvantages. To help you select the right sources at the right time, we've plotted some of these common sources of technology insights by time horizon, depth of insight, and scope. On the horizontal axis, time horizon represents the temporal aspect of technology scouting, ranging from short-term needs to long-term strategic foresight. Meanwhile, the vertical axis, depth of insight, indicates the level of detail and comprehensiveness offered by each source, from surface-level information to in-depth analysis. The flip side of this is scope. Take, for example, sources in the top right of this visualization, like scientific publications and patents. They are often future-oriented, focusing on novel research and emerging innovations not yet ready for commercialization, making them valuable for long-term strategic planning when your scope is clearly defined. They provide deep, often technical insights and therefore tend to be highly focused. Conversely, by offering timely, albeit less in-depth information on a broad range of current trends, market movements, and emerging startups, sources in the bottom left of this visualization, like news and startup data, may be most suitable if your goal is to address immediate technology gaps or gain a comprehensive view of your competitive landscape. By considering these dimensions and regularly scanning a range of sources, you can effectively balance your company's short-term needs with long-term strategic foresight. Whichever sources you lean toward in your scouting activities, what's most important is that you have an effective way to continuously monitor, capture, and connect the technology insights these sources contain. This is where a technology scouting platform comes in. Look for a platform that aggregates data from various sources, speeds up time to insight with AI-powered automated monitoring, and sends instant alerts when there is a change in your technology landscape. And while you can find tools that focus solely on tech scouting, this is not the only step you need to consider. You want a comprehensive technology management tool that goes beyond data collecting and supports your company's broader technology strategy all the way to execution. By integrating your end-to-end technology management process into a single platform, you can seamlessly transition from scouting to evaluation, prioritization, and implementation, ensuring that your technology strategy is not only informed by insights, but also effectively executed to drive innovation and growth. In the following sessions, we'll look at the other processes and steps you should consider in your technology management journey. See you there. Welcome back to this third session in our Technology Management Essentials course. In the last sessions, we discussed the strategic importance of technology management and getting started with technology scouting best practice. So let's say that's where you're at in your technology management journey. You've scanned a variety of sources, aggregated data, and identified promising new technologies or potential tech partners. Now, how do you decide which solutions to prioritize and incorporate into your technology portfolio? In this session, we explore the crucial process of evaluating new technologies and partnerships to help you make these decisions consistently and strategically. We advocate for collective evaluation in technology management, incorporating the input and expertise of multiple team members or functions. This is important for a few reasons. Most obviously, it provides diverse perspectives. By involving stakeholders from various departments such as R&D, operations, and legal, organizations can gain a comprehensive understanding of the potential impacts and implications of adopting new technologies or forming partnerships. It supports informed decision-making. Collective evaluation ensures that decisions are based on a holistic assessment of factors such as technical feasibility, market potential, financial viability, regulatory compliance, and strategic alignment. This reduces gaps, bias, and uncertainty in deciding which technologies to take action on. Involving multiple stakeholders in the evaluation process also helps identify and mitigate risks associated with adopting new technologies or forming partnerships. Spotting and addressing vulnerabilities early in the evaluation stage enhances the resilience of tech initiatives as they advance. Lastly, collective evaluation helps secure stakeholder buy-in, fostering transparency and collaboration across the company. This is essential for gaining the necessary support and resources to advance tech initiatives successfully. Overall, collective evaluation enhances the effectiveness, robustness, and credibility of technology evaluation processes, enabling organizations to make strategic decisions that drive innovation, competitiveness, and sustainable growth. Before diving into evaluating specific technologies or partnerships, it's essential to establish clear evaluation criteria. These criteria should align with your company's strategic goals, market needs, technical requirements, and resource constraints. There are so many different evaluation criteria you can use, depending on your objectives and priorities. There's no right or wrong, but we recommend ensuring a mix of criteria that touch on different aspects, such as technical considerations, an obvious category that could include criteria like technological feasibility, complexity, and scalability. Market analysis, taking into account criteria like market demand, market positioning, and potential return on investment, which would consider the cost of adoption or development as well as the expected revenue or savings generated over time. Then, strategic alignment and organizational fit. This category of criteria examines how well the technology aligns with the organization's strategic objectives, operations, and innovation goals. This could include strategic alignment, compatibility with existing systems, and internal know-how. Risk management and compliance. This is an important category, but one which should be considered at later phases of the technology management journey, for instance, during due diligence or implementation. Performing a risk assessment and evaluating technologies based on regulatory compliance before understanding the technology's capabilities and potential might limit exploration. As an aside, remember, a proactive and optimistic mindset is valuable in technology management and in innovation in general. This means focusing on solutions and possibilities rather than dwelling on limitations and barriers. Or simply, look for ways how things can work rather than why they can't. And then lastly, another category of evaluation criteria to help you mobilize the right technologies at the right time is user experience and adoption. This too often comes at a later phase, typically during validation, and would look at criteria like usability, user satisfaction, and adoption rate. These criteria ensure that the technology not only meets technical requirements, but also aligns with user needs, preferences, and expectations. So we've now touched on it twice, aligning specific evaluation criteria with distinct phases of technology management. This introduces the concept of phase gates. A phase gate is a structured approach that divides the technology management lifecycle into distinct phases, with each phase ending in a decision gate. Evaluation can occur at each of these decision gates and ultimately can be used to determine whether to proceed to the next phase, modify the approach, or terminate the tech initiative. So while many, if not all, of the evaluation criteria we've mentioned will work for both emerging technologies and potential tech partners, there are some special factors to bear in mind when evaluating and selecting the right tech partner, be it a startup, vendor, academic institute, or other complementary company. It's important to note that technology partnerships come in various forms, each with unique characteristics and benefits. Understanding the different types of tech partnerships is crucial if you're looking to leverage existing expertise and technology for innovation. We'll go through each briefly, but there is so much more to this multifaceted topic of technology partnership strategies that we'll explore in more detail in other courses. Starting with the most common type of tech partnership, which can encompass some of the others, there are strategic partnerships. These are long-term, multifaceted collaborations that are best for combining strengths, sharing risks, and achieving mutual goals that would be challenging individually. Another common type are R&D partnerships for innovation and development. These are best for navigating industries where cutting-edge innovation is key, like biotech or aerospace sectors. Next, vendor ventures are collaborations for specifically accessing cutting-edge technology solutions and specialized expertise without internal development. Licensing agreements allow the use of your technology or brand to expand market reach and monetize intellectual property without direct selling. Joint ventures form a new entity or project collaboration and are best for entering new markets or pooling resources for large projects. Outsourcing partnerships involve hiring another company for specific tasks, thereby reducing costs and freeing your team to focus on core competencies. Innovation ecosystems are networks for collaborative innovation that promote dynamic and synergistic innovation through shared ideas and resources. Lastly, we want to mention venture clienting, which is a relatively new model for pragmatic tech partnerships. Used by innovation leaders like DB Schenker and Bosch, venture clienting involves a large company acting as the client to a startup, providing it with early-stage revenue, feedback, expertise, and access to markets. In return, the startup provides innovative solutions and technologies that can be integrated into the large company's business operations. Venture clienting offers a more agile, low-risk approach to accessing external innovation compared to joint ventures and corporate venturing. It enables companies to quickly test and deploy tech solutions while minimizing the complexity and commitment associated with other collaboration models. Knowing what type of tech partnership will benefit your company most is crucial from the outset when you first initiate partner scouting. It is equally important as you evaluate potential partners, ensuring that you're weighing the right factors through the right lens. A best practice for evaluating tech partnerships comes from Kelly Van Dyke, Director of R&D External Innovation at PepsiCo and a guest on our Innovation Rockstars podcast. She emphasizes the need to align the right company, technology, and development stage. So, when considering collaboration with a startup or other tech partner, it's essential to ask who, what, and when. First, the who. Is it the right organization? Assess the partner's alignment with your organization's goals and culture, their financial stability, scalability, and leadership team expertise. Next, the what. Is it the right technology? Assess the partner's technology portfolio, including intellectual property, uniqueness, scalability, and relevance to your industry. And finally, the question of when. Is it the right time? Consider your organization's readiness, market dynamics, and external factors like regulations and the competitive landscape to determine the right timing for collaboration. Be sure to check the resources available with this course for a free downloadable partnership canvas that will help you assess potential tech partners based on these tips. The tasks of inviting, collecting, and analyzing tech evaluations can be complex and time-consuming. We often see these tasks scattered across teams and tools, managed in multiple spreadsheets and viewed statically, often out of context. This not only reduces the ability to make decisions quickly and accurately, it is also a drain on your company's time and resources. In contrast, when companies digitalize tech evaluation and analysis, bringing it all into a centralized collaborative platform, they become faster, more efficient, and better equipped to make informed decisions. Dynamic visualization tools like radars and matrices help decision makers view and compare technologies holistically, taking multiple criteria and factors into account. This allows them to prioritize and mobilize the tech initiatives that are most likely to have the greatest positive impact on their companies. We've now begun to touch on the topic for the next session, reporting tech insights to decision makers and key stakeholders in your organization to steer future tech strategy. This involves the use of visualization tools, as mentioned, along with many other methods to engage stakeholders and secure their buy-in for technology initiatives. For more on this topic, join us in the next session coming up now. Welcome to Session 4 of our Technology Management Essentials course. In this session, we'll focus on a crucial aspect of technology management, reporting insights and securing buy-in. This is the process of transforming technology insights into actionable strategies supported by your entire organization. What we've seen in our experience is that many companies grapple with effectively communicating technology insights in a way that bridges the tech fluency gap between tech-savvy and non-technical stakeholders. Effective technology reporting bridges the gap between the tech insights and intelligence held by technology managers and the leadership team responsible for decision-making and strategy development in your company. Without this bridge, even the most promising technology breakthrough may fail to gain the visibility and impact it deserves. For the best results, technology managers should emphasize the following 3 principles in all reporting activities. Number 1, accuracy and reliability. Ensure that the information collected is precise, verifiable, and free from errors or biases. Inaccurate or unreliable data can lead to distrust, missed opportunities, and misguided technology strategies. Number 2, relevance and context. Provide relevant technology insights that are contextualized within the broader ecosystem of business goals, industry trends, and market dynamics. This helps decision makers understand the significance of the technology insights and how they impact your company's strategy, performance, and future direction. And number 3, actionability and impact. Effective technology reporting goes beyond merely presenting data. It should inspire action and drive meaningful impact within your company. Technology reports should highlight actionable insights and recommendations that inform strategic decisions and drive innovation. Keep these principles in mind when you think about what you report, but do not neglect the importance of how you report. This is where the power of storytelling comes in. Stories are remembered up to 22 times more than facts alone. And what is technology reporting if not a form of strategy steering storytelling? Every piece of data, every technology insight has a story to tell. Your ability to craft this story determines how well you can engage stakeholders and secure their buy-in. Here are some tips for crafting a compelling narrative that transforms data into a clear, impactful message that highlights the value and potential of your technology initiatives. Create a narrative arc. Structure your report like a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start by setting the context, move into the core insights and data, and conclude with the implications and recommended actions. This structure helps guide your audience through the information in a coherent and compelling manner. Humanize the data. Where possible, relate the technology insights to real-world impacts or stories. Showing how a technology affects individuals or contributes to broader goals can make the data more relatable and memorable. Use visualizations strategically. Data visualizations can be powerful tools for illustrating complex information. Use technology radars, dashboards, and roadmaps to complement your narrative, making sure they are clear and directly relevant to the points you're making. Emphasize key takeaways. Throughout your report, highlight the key takeaways or action points. Make it easy for your audience to understand the core messages and what steps they should consider next. End with a call to action. Conclude your report with a clear call to action. What do you want your audience to do with the information you've provided? Be specific about the next steps, whether it's further investigation, adopting a new strategy, or making a decision based on the insights provided. By focusing on these storytelling elements, you can transform your technology reports from mere presentations of data to compelling narratives that drive action and change. Remember, the goal is to make your insights resonate with your audience, bridging the gap between the technology expertise and strategic decision-making. Let's look at an example of effective technology reporting from global leader in IT and networking, Cisco. Cisco's technology reporting is part of a systematic process that integrates various stages of technology management using the ITONICS Innovation OS. Cisco leverages a network of over 150 technology scouts worldwide to gather insights on emerging technologies. These findings are initially evaluated based on impact and novelty, ensuring only the most significant technologies move forward for further analysis. The selected technologies then undergo more detailed assessment by technology experts who scrutinize factors such as relevance, business potential, and implementation risks to determine their strategic value to Cisco. The culmination of this process is Cisco's Technology Radar, its central reporting tool for technology insights. The insights gained from the Technology Radar are compiled and disseminated through various channels, including Cisco's website, company newsletters, and detailed PDF reports. These reports, generated automatically by the system, provide comprehensive information on the maturity and business impact of each technology. Cisco publishes the results of its Technology Radar quarterly, ensuring that the information is current and actionable. This regular publication cycle helps maintain a dynamic and responsive technology management process, producing insights and uncovering opportunities to directly inform Cisco's broader innovation strategies. So now, let's say you've compiled a Technology Radar and crafted a compelling narrative in an informative and visually appealing report. Is this enough to secure buy-in for your technology initiatives? In most cases, no. Simply emailing a report around is unlikely to drum up the buy-in and commitment you need from decision makers and leadership in your organization. Effective technology reporting often needs to leave the confines of the screen or page. This is the engagement piece. And here are 5 best practice tips for how to engage the right audience with the message to achieve your objectives. Number 1, identify and prioritize key stakeholders. Focus on engaging stakeholders who are pivotal in the decision-making process, including executives, managers, and frontline professionals. Their early buy-in is crucial for gaining broader organizational support. Understand their goals, challenges, and how the new technology can address these, tailoring your message to resonate with their specific interests and needs. Number 2, anticipate and address key concerns. Prepare to answer critical questions from stakeholders about the technology's impact on business outcomes, integration with existing systems, cost implications, and implementation strategy. Addressing these concerns upfront can alleviate doubts and build confidence in the initiative. Number 3, utilize diverse communication channels. Go beyond standard presentations by using a variety of formats to convey the value of the technology. This could include interactive demos, workshops, tailored one-on-one discussions, and showcasing success stories. The right mix of communication methods can enhance understanding and engagement among stakeholders. Number 4, leverage internal advocacy. Identify and empower internal champions who are enthusiastic about the technology. Their advocacy can influence their peers and create a ripple effect of support through their organization. These champions can provide valuable feedback, share success stories, and help address their colleagues' concerns from a relatable perspective. And lastly, number 5, ensure continuous engagement and follow-up. Securing initial buy-in is just the beginning. Continuous engagement with stakeholders is crucial to maintain momentum and support for the technology initiative through its implementation. Regularly updating stakeholders on progress, highlighting quick wins, and celebrating ongoing success. This consistent communication reinforces the value of the technology, addresses any emerging concerns, and keeps the initiative aligned with the organization's goals. This last point touches on the final topic of this Technology Management Essentials course, the implementation of your technology portfolio. Join us in the next session as we discuss the crucial aspects of technology management that ensure your technology investments deliver their intended value and drive meaningful organizational change. Hi, welcome back to the final session of this course on Technology Management Essentials. If you've been with us since the beginning, you'll be familiar with the following aspects of technology management: the strategic importance of technology management and how it fuels innovation, productivity, and organizational success; how to scout for new technologies and partnerships, emphasizing the importance of clear objectives and a diverse range of sources; the crucial process of evaluating new technologies and partnerships, introducing collective evaluation, and the options for evaluation criteria. And from the last session, reporting tech insights and securing organizational buy-in, highlighting storytelling, data visualization, and stakeholder engagement. Now let's turn to the last topic, the culmination of the previous four, how to effectively implement your technology portfolio. Effective implementation is not just about the technical deployment of new solutions. You need to align these solutions with your organization's strategic goals, prioritize resources, then execute these solutions accordingly. This is how you ensure your technology portfolio delivers tangible business benefits and drives growth. Technology portfolio management can be broken down into 3 high-level steps. 1. Focus and prioritize your most valuable tech initiatives. 2. Streamline and execute these initiatives fast and efficiently. And 3. Align and adapt your tech portfolio to address future opportunities. If you've followed our Portfolio Management Essentials course, you'll be familiar with these. And tech and R&D portfolio management looks very similar to innovation portfolio management, but there are a few things technology managers need to emphasize in their approach. Tech portfolio management requires specialized resource allocation, including a deeper understanding of technical skills and requirements, with a strong emphasis on aligning projects with highly specialized personnel, research partners, and sometimes significant capital expenditure. Secondly, while there can still be a lot of variation, technology and R&D projects can have longer development cycles because of factors like regulation, costs, and just technical complexity. This is the case in industries like aerospace and pharmaceuticals, but less so in, for instance, software engineering, where products can be developed, tested, and launched in a comparatively short time frame. What is important to note is that longer development cycles can require sustained investment that may not have immediate commercial applications. Thirdly, where innovation portfolios often use a broader set of KPIs, technology portfolios may use performance metrics that are based on technical performance, progression of technology readiness levels, patent filings, and achievement of scientific or technical milestones. Lastly, scaling strategies in innovation portfolio management and technology portfolio management differ primarily due to the nature of the projects involved and how the outputs of these projects are intended to be used and integrated into existing systems or markets. The concept of the tech S-curve provides a useful framework for understanding these differences, as it illustrates the life cycle of a technology from development to maturity and eventual decline. The tech S-curve is a model that describes the adoption and maturation of a technology. It typically begins with a slow growth phase as the technology is being developed and initially introduced. Growth accelerates as adoption increases and the technology proves its value, reaching a rapid expansion phase. Eventually, growth slows as the technology saturates its market, reaching maturity, and may then decline as newer technologies emerge. Characterized by 3 distinct phases, the S-curve overlays nicely with the portfolio management steps we mentioned earlier. The first stage of the S-curve, development and introduction, focuses on overcoming technical challenges and proving the technology's feasibility. Scaling strategies are often conservative and heavily monitored due to the high risks and uncertainties. This is when it's essential to focus and prioritize. Next, in the growth phase, as the technology moves up the S-curve, scaling strategies involve optimizing production processes, expanding market reach, and possibly reducing costs to make the technology accessible to a broader audience. This phase is critical for recouping initial R&D investments. This is where streamlining and executing comes into play. Finally, at the top of the S-curve, where the maturity and decline phase is reached, the focus shifts to extracting maximum value while preparing for potential obsolescence. Scaling might involve finding new applications or markets, improving or updating the technology, or phasing it out in favor of more promising innovations aligned with your evolving business objectives. This, of course, is the align and adapt phase. Understanding the technology lifecycle is crucial for managing your technology portfolio effectively. But knowing the phases is just one part of the puzzle. The next question is, how do we strategically navigate these phases to maximize benefits and minimize risks? This is where technology roadmaps come into play. Technology roadmaps are essential tools that help us visualize and plan the strategic deployment of technologies across their lifecycle. They provide a structured visual framework that aligns our technological capabilities with our business objectives over time. By mapping out when and how to invest in new technologies or phase out older ones, roadmaps enable us to anticipate future needs and make informed decisions aligned with our long-term strategies. While it may not be appropriate for every technology in your portfolio, using the S-curve to guide your road mapping ensures comprehensive planning and effective management. So back to the S-curve. During the initial phase, when the focus is on getting the technology from concept to a viable product, your roadmap should include elements and activities like research and development goals, technical milestones, funding requirements, resource allocation, risk assessment, regulatory considerations, if any, and potential partnerships and collaborations that could facilitate R&D or provide technological expertise. Then, in the growth phase, when your aim is to scale the technology for broader adoption and maximize market penetration, elements on your roadmap may include, not surprisingly, scaling strategies and market expansion plans, but also customer acquisition activities like marketing and sales, information and analysis about your competitive positioning, performance metrics to measure growth, as well as refinement and improvement activities like ongoing R&D based on feedback and technological advances. Finally, as the technology reaches the maturity and decline phase, your roadmap should focus on maximizing longevity and planning for eventual succession. Key elements include optimization and cost reduction strategies, market saturation strategies such as targeting niche markets or differentiating the product, renewal, replacement, or discontinuation plans and timelines, if applicable, exploration of emerging technologies that might start a new S-curve, and possibly legacy management, which outlines continued support and service for existing customers as the technology phases out. Then there are some elements and activities that you should include in your technology roadmaps that are important across all phases. These are things like stakeholder engagement plans, legal and compliance updates, the environmental impact of the technology, and customer or user feedback, which should be collected and integrated into development on a continuous, iterative basis. As you can see, technology roadmaps are multi-layer, multifaceted planning tools that can empower your organization to anticipate challenges, leverage opportunities, and streamline the execution of your most valuable initiatives. We spoke with an expert on the topic of road mapping, Dr. Clemens Chaskell, an industrial associate at the University of Cambridge's Institute for Manufacturing and a guest on our Innovation Rockstars podcast. He simplifies it down to 3 things that a roadmap should answer. What are we doing to address customer, user, business, or industry pain points? What resources do we need? And what's our timeline? Dr. Chaskell also emphasizes the overlapping nature of roadmaps, that they're not standalone or static documents. Your technology roadmap should have direct tie-in points with your product roadmap, which in turn should be tied to your marketing, business development, or corporate roadmap. This allows you to remain agile and adapt your technology initiatives according to internal or external changes. A good roadmap provides transparency to all stakeholders, including decision makers and the teams responsible for implementation. It should break down projects into more granular tasks while also providing the big picture view of how everything fits together and aligns with the overall strategic long-term objectives. We've put a lot of emphasis on technology road mapping in this session, and we've also touched on many of the other aspects of effectively implementing tech portfolios, such as specialized resource allocation and performance metrics. But we're going to wrap up this session and this course with a recap of strategies to ensure your technology portfolio drives sustainable growth for your business. The first one is agile implementation. Maintain agility in your technology implementation processes to quickly respond to changes and innovations in your field. Second, continuous monitoring and evaluation. Regularly evaluate the performance of technologies against the KPIs in your roadmap. Adjust strategies based on these insights to ensure alignment with business objectives. Third, stakeholder engagement and communication. Keep all stakeholders informed and engaged through regular updates as well as feedback sessions to manage expectations and ensure technology solutions meet organizational needs. Next, risk management. Identify and mitigate potential risks early in the implementation process to minimize disruptions to your projects and business operations. Also essential is training and support. Develop comprehensive training and ongoing support for users so they'll adopt and continue using your technology. And finally, future-proofing. As technology managers, you must always keep an eye on the horizon. Technology evolves rapidly, and what is cutting edge today may be obsolete tomorrow. Stay informed about emerging technologies and industry trends to continuously update and adapt your technology roadmap, ensuring your portfolio remains relevant. As we conclude this course on Technology Management Essentials, remember that the key to successful technology portfolio management lies in strategic alignment, adaptability, and proactive planning. Thank you for joining us on this journey through technology management. We hope you feel better equipped to handle the challenges and opportunities that come with managing a technology portfolio. Whether you are a new technology manager or looking to refine your approach, your efforts will not only drive the success of your tech initiatives, but also shape the future of your organization.